Hi, this is my project submission to the Codebasics Resume Project challenge. Right now you are looking at my GitHub repository. Here I have mentioned the problem statement, objectives and insights based on my analysis. To give you a bird's eye view of the dashboard, I have exported the report as a PDF file. Now, I will walk you through the dashboard. I used card visuals to display all the KPIs at the top. I added a panel button on the left side where all our slicers are stacked together. By creating this slicer panel, I was able to efficiently utilize my dashboard space. If I want to add any filter to the dashboard, for example, I'll select property name and I'll go with Atliq Exotica. You will notice that the visual will get altered. Along with the visuals, even the text will also get updated. Because I utilize dynamic values, the text box responds dynamically to the user selected filters. Given a reset button to clear all my slicers filter. Close my slicer panel, I have given a back button. We used a combination of bar chart on the first page to keep it simple. Here you can compare revenue generated by cities. You can see that the occupancy rate on during weekends are high. Here I can compare incoming bookings via different platforms. In the end, I added a reset button to reset all the settings on the dashboard. On the following page, you can compare the average rating and the occupancy trend. To make it simple for the audience, to compare the change in occupancy rate at the city level, I used a waterfall chart for the occupancy rate and a line chart to illustrate the trend in the average rating. Next, I used DAX measure to determine how much income was lost as a result of booking cancellation. Here are some suggestions I have for raising the revenue and occupancy rate. If we compare the number of visitors with the rate of reservation, about 22% of the time, a single room is reserved for more than 2 people. Out of lack of information, I have assumed that the room size are equal. Therefore, if we adopt the maximum 2 guests per room policy, it will improve our occupancy rate and contribute to a 29% rise in revenue. Here you can compare the revenue growth for a specific number of guests to get an idea of how much the revenue will increase. I then conducted a duration of stay analysis. 30% of reservations are for stays longer than 2 days. And when we compare the average amount charged for a room based on duration of stay, we cannot determine any difference in the amount charged. In fact, if I zoom in into the presidential category, surprisingly, we can notice an opposite trend. The average revenue charged for longer duration is low and higher amount are charged for stay of just 1 day. So my suggestion here is management must increase the minimum amount charged based on the duration of stay. Now we will head over to the last page. Here is a breakdown of revenue based on early and late reservation. Once again, if we analyze the average revenue generated based on the time between the booking date and the checking date and focus on different categories, the presidential category exhibits a linear trend as expected. We can see that the late bookings are normally paid a higher rate than the booking made in advance. But if we look at other categories, we do not notice any difference. Therefore, the management must make an effort to profit from the late booking by raising the room rates across the board, as in the case with the presidential category. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your interest and attention.